To be a successful algo trader, you need diversification in your automated trading systems. In today's video, we're going to be building an Asia session NQ strategy where we're going to be only trading during the Asia session from 6 p.m. Eastern to 3 a.m. Eastern. This should allow us to get some diversification compared to our other trading strategies by only trading the Asia session instead of the normal US session. So let's get started. Let's build a strategy that trades that session to give us some diversification. Before we get started, hello, my name is Jacob Amaral. I build, code, and trade automated trading systems on the futures market for a return for myself. If you want to learn more about how to build automated trading systems, see the links in the description below. Without further ado, let's get started. So first, we need to build a trading hours session template to focus on the Asia session. Once again, our goal here is to get some diversification by trading overnight during that Asia session. So in the NinjaTrader platform, I'm going to go to Tools, Trading Hours. Now I've already made this template here. I've called it AA Stock Indices plus Asia. And you can see my start and end times here, 6 p.m. Eastern time to 3 a.m. Eastern time the next day, all right? But I'll show you how to do it from scratch. So all you do is, what I recommend doing is copying an existing template. So one template I like to copy is this one, the US Equities RTH session, which is 9:30 a.m. Eastern to 4 p.m. Eastern. Just left click it and then hit copy down here. Then that'll make a copy and it will append a 1 in parentheses. Then what you do is select Monday to Friday and just hit delete on your keyboard. Left click delete until you're left with 1. Double click it, change the start day to Sunday, the start time to 6 p.m. The end day to the day after, and do 3 a.m. So now you should just have Sunday here. And then right click, add Monday through Friday. Now the Friday is technically useless because, as we know, futures markets close Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern time. So you can probably delete the Friday. So you should just have just Sunday to Thursday. And then what I like about copying an existing template, it does copy the holidays, so you don't have any data issues when backtesting on holidays. All right. So there you go. I've already made it. I've called mine AA Stock Indices plus Asia. And I guess I'll remove the Friday too. But we need to do this first before we start testing strategies. So now with our trading hours session set, what I did was I used StratGen, which is a tool I use to find strategy ideas, with that session template. And once again, you can get StratGen in the link below. But it tests a bunch of strategy ideas, right? Crossing below RSIs, Bollinger Bands, momentum, all that sort of stuff. So I tested a bunch of different strategy ideas with that session template and was able to come up with a system. Here we go. So we can see our trading hour session is AA Stock Indices plus Asia. My in-sample period was 2018 to 2019. And then my out-of-sample year period was 2020 until today. I tested on 1, 2, and 3 minute bars. I could have tested on more. However, due to time constraints, that's what I found. We used 2 ticks of slippage and commissions and exit on session close. So let's take a look at the trades and then we'll go over the source code. So when we look at the chart here, right, we're going to see obviously big gaps of data, as you can see here where my mouse is. This is because the session is only 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. So between 3 a.m. and 6 p.m. the next day, or 3 a.m. 6 p.m. the same day, there's a gap. And it actually exits at 3 a.m. So it'll do exit on session close. And the biggest benefit is for most of you watching, most of my viewers watching are from Canada or United States, so you're usually trading on US session time. This will allow you to get that diversification with your other automated trading systems and allow you to make money in a different way, find alpha at different periods of the day, and hopefully, decrease the correlation of your portfolio trading systems. All right. So here's some of the trades for the system. If we look at the results, why is this a good trading system? So obviously this is just a back test. So back test numbers are a good starting point. They're not the end all be all of a good trading system, but they are a good starting point. Obviously we like that it makes money long and short, and of course that a net makes money, right? So it has a return to drawdown of greater than 2.0. You know, if you take the net profit of 49,000 divided by the max drawdown of 15,000, you know, that's a 3.0. Yeah, greater than 3 return to drawdown. So that's good. Of course, it makes money, which is great. The one last metric that I like to see is the average trade profit is above $50, which is good. But those are the good starting points of a good trading system. Of course, this includes commission and slippage. So that's good to see. If we look at the equity curve of the portfolio, it's not perfect. It's been doing well recently, and it's actually made money this year, which is important. We want to see it making money with current market events. So that is good to see as well. And we actually stopped development after 2019. So where this green dot here is, my mouse is, everything to this dot and to the left was an in-sample optimized period. And then everything to the right is out of samples. That's good to see that it keeps making more money. That's great. So with these signals here, right, your portfolio may be losing money, may have lost money, say on a particular day during the US stock market session 9:30 to 4, but overnight you might have made money. So that's, you could, you know, basically potentially lower your drawdown, potentially have a more diverse portfolio. Of course, there's more testing on how to do correlation analysis and what makes a good portfolio. I won't be covering that in the video, but in the links below, you can learn more about that, how to build good portfolios of trading systems. But a lot more potential to find some alpha outside of the US stock market session, okay? If we look at the source code for this strategy, once again, StratGen developed all this code, so I simply just told StratGen to find me ideas. But these were the entries that it picked. So for the long side, it's checking if the momentum is crossing above 10, and the low is crossing above the lower Keltner channel for the long bets. For the short bets, we're checking if the slope is crossing below 0 of the 100 SMA and the current open is greater than the 50 zero lag EMA. We're going to be entering short. Then for exits, we exit on session close. The session close is 3 a.m. from our trading hour session. So it'll be always exiting at 3 a.m. Eastern time. And then also has a stop loss of 100 ticks. Okay. Another thing I like to test too is, let's see if it makes money in other markets. So if I go to, instead of just doing NQ specifically, if I go to futures and then hit select all, it will test also this strategy on other markets like gold, oil, etc. So let's run on that, see what happens. All right, so we finished that back test. Obviously we can see that NQ, NASDAQ futures did the best, but we also saw some profitable strategies with FDAX, the German index, Russell 2000, and slightly oil. So that's good to see that it's making money in other markets as well. Usually if you're running a system and only makes money in one market, you have a higher chance of being overfit. So it is good to see that, but that's usually a test I like to do as well. There's probably 5 other tests that I would still do to vet this strategy, but this would be a good start to a Asia trading session strategy for NASDAQ futures, getting you diversification in your portfolio. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you did, let me know in the comments below. I'd like to hear your thoughts if you trade the Asia session, Euro session, and of course the US session as well. And maybe you can get some diversification with this type of strategy. Have a good week. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.